Okay, let me give you number three. Number three is change who you spend your time with. Like, this is the most important out of the six. Number three is the most important. Change who you spend your time with. According to research, the people that you habitually associate yourself with are called your reference group. It's called the people that you hang out with the most is called your reference group. And these people determine, watch this now, this is research. These people determine 95% of your success or 95% of your failure. The people that you hang around with, your reference group, determines 95% of your success or 95% of your failures. Now that's research that says that. And I believe it to be true. The people that you hang around with are going to determine your success or your failure. Most of it. And if you don't believe that, there's scripture to back it up. There's Proverbs 13:20 says, walk with the wise and become wise. Associate with fools and get in trouble. And so when we choose to associate with wise people, guess what? We become wise. We grow in wisdom when we choose to associate with people. And then the opposite is true. If you choose to associate with fools, you become a fool, right? And so we see that in scripture. If you want to become wise, walk with the wise. Get around wise people. If you want to be a person that's growing in wisdom. There's a saying that says that the difference between where you are today and where you will be in 5 years from now is determined by the people you hang around with and the books you read. And I know a lot of people. A lot of people don't even read books, and so just that right there alone is going to determine where you are in 5 years. If you're not reading, if you're not growing, if you're not expanding your knowledge, right? That's one thing. But the most important thing is the people that you're around. The people that you're around is going to determine where you are in 5 years from now. That for me, that opens my eyes. That makes me sensitive to who I'm around. That makes me evaluate my circle. Just knowing that. And I believe that's true. I believe that exactly what happened. Because you're the average of the 5 people that you hang out, that you spend the most time with. You can always tell. You can tell a person's quality of life. You can tell a person's quality of their attitude. You can tell a person's income level. Most of the time, probably not all the time, but most of the time, you can tell a person's income level just about the people that they hang around with, the people that they associate with. Like, the people that you associate with can affect your income. If you hang around with broke people, you end up broke. If you hang around people who are, trying to grow their income, people who are trying to get better in life, people who are trying to go to the next level, then most likely you will go to the next level as well. Like, the people that you're around, you start to do what they do. You start to think the way they think. You start to eat what they eat. You start to watch what they watch. You end up just like them. And so the most significant factor in anybody's environment is the people. And so if you don't change nothing else, at least change the people that you're around. And I say this, and the reason why I say that is because sometimes you may not be able to control the environment that you're in 100% of the time. I know there's all types of situations. Sometimes you may not be able to just up and move from a state. You may not be able to just go to another state. You may not be able to just change jobs like that. And so the least thing that you can do is change the people that you're around. Even if you are stuck in an environment and you can't move as easily, at least change the people that you're hanging around. Because that right there is going to give you at least some hope if you can just change the people that you're around. Because like I said, you become the average of the 5 people that you hang around the most. And number 4 is challenge yourself in a new environment. Once you get to your new environment, you need to challenge yourself. One of the most positive things about being in a good growth environment is that it gives you room to fly. It gives you room to challenge yourself because other people are challenging themselves as well. So you're not the only one. If you're in a good environment, you won't be the only person that's trying to challenge yourself because everybody's trying to challenge themselves to get better, to go to the next level. And so one of the best ways that you can challenge yourself is to make your goals public. Like, tell somebody your goals. Tell somebody what you're trying to achieve. Tell somebody in your circle, in your group, like what you're trying to do. Let them know what your goals are. Because one of the things that will push you, one of the most effective ways to push you to reach your goals is to tell people what you got going on, because it does two things. It gives you a deadline and it gives you an audience. It gives you a deadline because once you tell people, they're going to be expecting, like if you say, in 6 months, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z, those people are going to expect in 6 months, they're going to expect you to do what you said you were going to do. And if you don't tell anybody, you can just kind of keep pushing that date back and keep pushing it back. But once you tell people, they're going to, in 6 months, they're going to come back and say, hey, did you do what you said you was going to do? Like, they're going to be looking for it. They're going to hold you accountable. And that's the thing. And the other thing about it is you're going to have the pressure of having people look at you. And that's a good thing. The pressure of people looking at you and holding you accountable and checking in with you and saying, hey, how's it going? Where are you at right now? Where are you at on reaching your goal? Right? And that's a good thing. We need that. We need that push in order to do things. Now, that doesn't mean that we're going to always achieve our goals just because we told somebody. Because you can still fail. Because, like I said, failure is a part of life. But because you're in a good growth environment, it's not going to be so bad. You're not going to have to, you're not going to feel embarrassed if you don't reach your goals. You're not going to feel ashamed if you don't reach your goals, because you're going to fail. And you're going to have people in that environment that's going to tell you that's okay. You get it the next time. Or that's okay. Maybe you try something different or whatever. And it's just a way that you just keep going and keep learning. Because even if you fail, you're going to learn something. And so at the end of the day, it's all about learning. And so the point is this. The point is to not be afraid to challenge yourself.